There are pros and cons to each legal system in terms of how it operates, how bureaucratic it is, its reliance on paperwork, and attendance in court, and so on and so forth. Some might say, for example, that the English legal system generally operates a little quicker than the Scottish system, from the date that someone wants to action a money dispute. Although I would say that the online simple procedure action for small debts generally bucks that trend, as does raising commercial court actions in the Scottish Commercial Sheriff Courts. But one of the key distinguishing features of the Scottish legal system is the ability to enforce debts very, very swiftly indeed. Once you have a court order, say, for payment. We have spoken about arrestments in other videos, but to repeat, once the creditor has a court order and you choose to go down the arrestment route, you can seek to arrest, for example, money due to the debtor in the hands of a bank, a landlord, a main contractor, and similar. That arrestment process forces those third parties to make payment to you sums that they would otherwise have paid to the debtor. For example, let's say that a debtor owes you £5,000. You might order the debtor's tenant or client to pay you £5,000 rather than pay money they otherwise owe to the debtor. Inhibition is a way of freezing land or property that the debtor owns, stopping them from selling or otherwise transferring that asset or remortgaging it. This is particularly useful for those that are dependent on the sale or refinance of land and property on a fairly regular basis. Another interesting form of debt enforcement beyond personal and corporate insolvency is attachment. There is the plain vanilla form of attachment, and there are also exceptional attachment orders, and there are money attachment orders, which relate to the attachment or freezing of cash. They are perhaps less important now than in the days of a cash-based business society, but useful all the same. Money attachment might be a powerful tool to use at peak times in a busy restaurant when customers are still handing over cash to pay for food and drink or for tips. Some interesting attachments that can be exacted include the attachment of soft play equipment in a soft play, where they cannot really run their business until the debt has been paid because that soft play equipment is not theirs to use, it has been frozen. Nor can their customers therefore use it while the attachment is in place. Also useful is the attachment of newspapers, tins of beans and so on in a newspaper shop, or the attachment of flowers, vases and frankly everything else within a florist, which can be particularly powerful when the debt is due and can be enforced in the run-up to, say, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day and other celebration days.